All right, today I'm here with Henry Wager, a super successful young copywriter. We had an interview on this channel last year where Henry was telling us how he closed a $50 million client. But since then, you've doubled your income.
Yeah.
You're traveling the world.
Yep.
And today we're going to find out all the secrets and how he does it. Let's do it. So why did you decide to start traveling like more often now that you're making more money? Besides the money part.
Well, yeah, because I mean, if you're just stuck in your room doing the same thing 24/7,
Yeah.
it usually leads to burnout, and it can just get very boring, very repetitive all the time. So, just change up the environment a bit. Go to Dubai, go to Miami, meet new people as well. If you're just stuck in your same city, obviously there's more people to meet, but the network takes a different level when you start traveling. You start meeting new people in new cities. And I've actually made a ton of connections in Dubai and Miami just because I simply visited those cities and was just simply got myself out there, met one guy, and then that guy introduced me to other guys in Miami, and they were all around my age, doing a lot better than me. So obviously great to have those connections, and I learned a ton. Even just going out one night, you just make these connections that could potentially change your life,
And is that part of how you've closed the clients you have now? Is that your secret?
I wouldn't believe so, but I just use my network for various things. It's not just client getting, it's like if I need to hire someone, if I need a junior, like there's always people you can call on, and that's powerful to have in this world, I think.
So how do you stand out then, and how do you get clients? Like what's your process?
Yeah.
When you close that $50 million client,
Yeah.
I know we talked a little bit about it last time, and you mentioned in the previous interview, use your brain, like the strategy we use in the dojo, like problem solve and think about it yourself a little bit. But like, what else would you say to somebody who wants to start closing these big clients? Because that's really, I think, my biggest takeaway. Like when we've been working together, one of the things that a lot of people in our community, they love learning from you is the way to approach this, like closing big clients, standing out from other people, like landing good interviews with big businesses. And like, cause you've only been in the game you've been in the game less than 5 years, so it's like you've been in this game for a short time and yet you're still closing clients that people that have been in the game for 20 years sometimes don't know how to close.
So a lot of it is about being direct and upfront about your intentions. I see a lot of people, they do this kind of whole creative approach, they want to send this 50-step loom method video. Like if that works for you, fair enough. Yeah. But what works for me is just being very direct, being very upfront about my intentions, not here to play around. I'm not here to like connect with you. I'm here to potentially work with you, So I feel like a lot of business owners respect that. So I'd say that's number one. Number two is just personal branding, I've been told many times that, obviously we have CVs as copywriters, but I feel like your Facebook and your LinkedIn is kind of your CV as well. That's where someone sees your writing in person for real. Like when you're writing for yourself, that's kind of your CV as well. So I've been told many times, even if I didn't directly get that client from Facebook, they've had a look at my Facebook, they've had a look at my LinkedIn. And when they see someone who's got good results, posting every day, writes well in his own posts, clean pictures, like all of these things add up, and the personal brand just, it takes you to the next level.
Interesting. I like the fact that you're very direct, because many copywriters, they do pitch and they do, try to close clients, but they're not very, they're not that direct about it. A lot of like outreach messages I review, I don't even know what exactly the copywriter is offering in their message. It's like, are you saying you want to help with email? Are you saying you want to help with marketing? Are you saying you want to help with copy? Like, I don't really know what you're doing. So like when you're direct, how do you be very, very direct without being obviously, like, maybe what they're afraid of, like, like I'm super salesy and needy. Yeah. How do you be direct without being needy?
Sometimes it's just as simple as asking, are you hiring a copywriter? That's literally it. Like my 5K a month client, I landed a while back. Yeah. I literally just texted him on Facebook, like, yo, are you hiring a copywriter?
That's it.
And he was like, yeah, we might onboard one by end of month. He sent me the trial project, crossed the trial project, and I was in.
That's it.
Just that one message, just being direct and just super intentional about what you're saying to them and showing them your intentions as well. It goes a long way. They respect that as well, because a lot of people are very fluffy. They're very, as you said, they're not clear. They're not clear at all. Right. So, it's difficult for the business owners to see what you're actually there for. But when you just don't waste their time and you get on with it with them, they respect it a lot.
Yeah, wasting people's time with fluff and confusion and all this extra random stuff does make a big difference. I think it's like that stuff is what throws people off, because business owners, like if you're already making the business owner's life more work
Yeah, exactly.
in your very first message to them,
Yep.
what do you think they're going to think of the work relationship? It's like,
Exactly.
oh, it's already difficult, really confusing, and it's already kind of,
Yeah, it's all
I'm definitely not gonna,
100%.
I'm definitely not gonna, wanna,
Yeah.
I'm definitely not gonna want to work with this person on a long-term basis.
100%, man. It's like how you present yourself before you close them as a client is probably how you're going to work with them when they are your client.
Exactly.
Just like if you present yourself in the best possible way before as a professional, working with speed, being direct about your intentions, like all these good qualities, that's gonna translate into your work with them as a business. So they'll feel confident about taking you on. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Business owners see that.
So I guess the secret is not just to say, are you hiring a copywriter though? Because I can imagine a lot of copywriters now,
Well, yeah.
they'll watch this, they're all gonna just send
They're
that
gonna go
message
send
like,
it.
are you hiring a copywriter? It's like the only thing that they do. There's more to it, surely.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, even when you get on a call with them, even when you're, pitching your price for something, just be direct, just be upfront. If they say no, like everyone, it's very cliche advice, but just have like an abundance mindset. Like I didn't realize myself, like how many clients are actually out there and how many big businesses are actually out there. And it's like, once you start operating from this frame, it's like, who cares if this dude tells me no? I'm not gonna, work 16 hours for free on a little trial project for you. Like I value my work, I value my time. If you're not gonna do that, then I don't wanna work with you. It doesn't matter if you're gonna pay me 5 or 6K a month, If the relationship isn't there, if you're not an ideal client, I just won't take you on, So I feel like it takes a lot of time for copywriters to get to this point, because they're operating in this point. There's this place of scarcity, They're always so scarce. It's like, oh, I need this client. I need this client. I need this client. But it's like, do you really need this client, or are you just telling yourself that,
So whenever we talk about this stuff, it's like, oh wow, it's so simple, I always feel like it is simple, but people don't feel the confidence that they need sometimes. They also don't believe in themselves sometimes. Maybe the skill is not there. I know you spent a lot of time investing in the skill of copywriting.
Definitely.
So that's part of why you have the confidence.
Definitely. Yeah, you have to invest, man. It's like, it is a business, you have to treat it as a business. It's like, you always hear like reinvest into the business. Well, that's how you do it as a copywriter. You invest in your mentors, your skills. I think something super key is daily, if not weekly feedback on your work, on your copy, or even on your strategy. And that's where it's not like you have to always invest. Like even if you work with good clients who have like, I don't know, a good copy chief, for example, like they can, be your feedback. They can be your source of like mentorship, sort of. So that's why I always stress to people, it's like, I always stress join a mentorship, join some type of program where you get feedback, but also sign good clients you learn from. Like me, where I'm at in my career, is like, I want to work with clients who I learn from. I don't want to work with clients where, it's just like me running the whole show. Like, obviously that would be cool, but it's like, I know there's a lot more to learn, and I want to work with businesses doing 8-9 figures who are like, essentially just, I learn from them. There's copy chiefs there's marketing managers, there's people you learn strategy from, there's the media buyers. You have to soak it all in as experience, essentially.
So a lot of copywriters, they're looking for a program, they're looking for a place to get feedback, but not most programs, most products don't have like a feedback part to them, because there's so many people that join, so many copywriters learning at the same time. It's difficult to get the feedback unless you're paying thousands and thousands. So I guess it's a twofold question. It's like, should you just bite the bullet and pay thousands and thousands to get feedback? And the other thing is, what do you do to go and find places to get good feedback?
Honestly, it doesn't always have to be a program. Like if you find copywriters who are crushing it and you personally reach out to them, like, can we do 2 feedback sessions per week, 1 hour per week? My budget is this, see what they say. That's kind of what I did with a few copywriters. They don't necessarily have mentorship programs, but I hit them up. I was like, yo, would you be down to chief some of my copy for 60 minutes? They give me a price, we get on. It doesn't have to be like this formal whole course or program. You can just connect with people. But I would recommend, if you do that, like actually show them that you're serious and that you're going to implement what they teach you, because otherwise it's just a huge waste of time.
I mean, you're doing that now as well as a copy coach. Like you have a couple of people that have reached out to you and they say, hey, could you give me feedback? And
exactly.
And if you're watching this when it was released, you should probably reach out to Henry if you want some copy critique, because you know he's going to get very, very busy very, very soon.
Yes,
so
I am.
This is a good time to get feedback. When I got started as a copy coach, actually one of the ways I got started was that. Like I had one guy reach out to me and he's like, hey, I'm a copywriter. I just got started a few months ago. I want weekly feedback. And I gave him like 2 calls a week for $500 a month, which is really good.
That's
if
good,
you really think about how much people like charge for programs, $4,000, it's like 8 months of one-on-one with me.
That's good.
It's not bad, you know. It's like,
good.
and you know, and obviously you can't do that now, right?
Well,
But late. But there are a lot of other copywriters that are up and coming that would be more than happy to do that, because copywriters like sharing, copywriters like helping each other. So I actually really think that's a good perspective. A lot of copywriters are thinking like, you know, I should join this program, I should do that. No, maybe just reach out to a few people.
Yeah, just reach out to people, see who's crushing it in the space on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Just reach out, see what they say, you know. But like, I'll reiterate once again, because it is very important. Like, you have to really make sure that you are serious about implementing what they're going to tell you. Otherwise, it's going to be a huge waste of time. Like, I've had people who come to me for like, you know, coaching or mentorship, and then, you know, they come in, they're like, oh yeah, like I'm going to work, I'm going to do this. They don't do anything, and then they leave after a month. It's like,
well, they just don't
really take much action.
But
and
they
it's
pay.
Like, yeah, they pay. I'm like, you can stay. Like, if you want to pay, you can stay, but you're not going to achieve anything. I just told them straight up, you're not going to achieve anything. So it's like, you know, be serious, because it really does annoy you. You know, you're investing your time and energy into something, and then people just don't take it seriously. It's like, you know.
It fascinates me that there's so many people, in general, this is not even a copywriting thing. It just fascinates me how many people are comfortable parting with money. They're comfortable using money to get something, but they're not comfortable putting in the same amount of time or energy or risking rejection, you know?
100%. Like, this whole thing is like, if you're not willing to put the energy and effort and time in, like, you're never going to get anywhere. You could invest millions. And if you're just not willing to put in the work, it's like, you are just not going to get anywhere. It sounds like super basic advice, but it's like, if you can push through the hard moments where sometimes you don't want to work, you know, if you can deal with pressure, if you can deal with stress and work hard, it's like, you're going to get very far in this game, you know?
So money question, Henry.
Yeah.
Let's talk money for a second.
Okay.
How much are you making per month?
Around 15K.
15K?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's, if you joined the video because you want to know how much he's making, now you know how much he's making, okay? But the real question is, to get to 15K, you have to close big clients. To close big clients, you have to do what we talked about. Get better, get feedback, be direct, build something online so people know that you're a real person and that you're serious. But what about the sales calls? What about the interviews? What do you do then? Because so many copywriters, one thing I've noticed actually, which is really interesting, a lot of copywriters, they procrastinate doing all the stuff we just talked about because they're terrified of actually getting on the sales call. So because they're so scared of sales calls, they avoid doing all that because they know if they do it correctly, they might actually get on the sales call.
Exactly.
So it's but let's say that they're like, all right, I'm willing to work through it. I'm willing to be confident enough to sell myself on the call or you know, like close the deal. What do you do to position yourself in the right way?
Oh, dude, deal. That's very relatable. I remember my first proper sales call. I was sweating, bro. I was absolutely sweating, and I butchered it. But it's like you just have to. I think, you know, at a certain point you just have to go through them. You know, like the first few aren't gonna be that good. But I think my biggest perspective shift when it came to sales calls is like, you're not talking to an 8-figure entrepreneur. You're not talking to a 9-figure entrepreneur. You're talking to a guy. You're talking to a human. It's like, you're a human, they're a human. Like, why are you putting them on a pedestal because they have more money than you? It's like, it doesn't really make sense to me. So when I get on these calls, it's like, I just see them as people, you know? And now after I've done so many of them, it's very natural, you know? I just go on and have like a chill chat. But it's like, for copywriters who are just starting out, they're like super uptight, you know, they're sweating, you know, they have to have water every 5 seconds because like they're so nervous. It's like, if you just really think like, what are you actually nervous about? Just a conversation. If they say no, they say no. It's like, who cares? So I feel like another part that ties into it is the confidence. You know, if you're really truly confident that you are the solution for them and your copy is going to be the best solution they could buy on the market, it's like, you're not really going to have trouble, you know, selling yourself, or you're not going to be nervous because you know this is what they need. And this is where it ties into becoming good. and being good at your own skill, which is copy, which is strategy, whatever you're offering. And, you know, when you have that skill and you're so confident in that skill and you see the funnel, it's like, yeah, I would change this whole thing needs an overhaul, I would do this. It's like, you're confident that you are the best solution for that business. So it's like, why would they not want to work with you? You know, and if they do turn you down, it's like, oh, how stupid, you know, like, I'll give this to a business owner who actually sees the value in what I do, you know? So that's my thoughts there. I wouldn't, once again, don't overcomplicate it. It's a call with a human, just talk, you know?
My belief is like, if they don't want to get a copywriter right now, that's the only time that the deal shouldn't close. It's like, if they actually want a copywriter, they want to hire somebody, and you're good, obviously within budget, like they can afford premium copywriting, or they want to pay affordable, like a good rate. If they have that, the deal should close if you're just having a nice conversation. If the deal doesn't close, it's usually because they don't actually need something. For example, let them on the sales call and they think that they need email, but after chatting with them, because I'm curious about their business, I find out, oh, actually, you know what? Like, they don't need emails right now. They're actually much more, they need ads. And they don't believe they need ads. And I say, maybe we should do ads first, because based on what you're telling me, you don't really need email yet. But they don't see the value. If the deal doesn't close, that's not because of me. It's not, I don't take it personally. It's like, that's their situation in their business, right? So it's like, but if they do need email, and I can write email copy, and I'm confident in my email skills, and the price is right, like, what is there to, like, the deal should close.
So I like what you said there. Like, you kind of have to take a consultative view on the whole business. It's like, people come to me, they're like, oh, what's my offer? What should my offer be? You know, it's like, I never really had an offer. You know, it was never really a specific offer. It was like, kind of get on the call, ask them the right questions and see what they need. You know, because as a copywriter, I can write emails, ads, VSL, sales ads, so like anything you want, I can write it. So it's like, maybe they don't need the thing that they think they need. So then you take the kind of consulting frame and you're like, no, you actually need this. And then you offer this to them. And if they don't see that, then they don't see that. Move on, you know, get on another call, you know, get back to applying.
You just need to also know that they actually need that. And it's not you trying to sell them what you think they need.
Exactly.
You have no experience.
Exactly.
That's why you need to get that feedback so that you know, like, no, all right, this business needs, it needs what it needs, you know? Yeah, I like this. I think that when it comes to sales calls in general, copywriters and interviews too, like copywriters think that they have to sit there and kind of sell themselves and explain. It's so easy to do these calls when you just genuinely care about the business owner. You just want to know what they're up to. And when you have a lot of sales calls like in your calendar, I think things get a lot easier too.
Grazie.
Like, it gets a lot easier because you know that no matter what happens, you have more sales calls.
Exactly.
I think that for me, that was my biggest hurdle. Was I was like, I have one call this week. That's everything that I put my time and energy into comes down to this 1 30-minute moment. And if I fail this, everything is gonna implode. But later on, I was like, this is my little frame I share within the dojo, right? It's like, copywriters will message me one-on-one and they'll say like, should I get this deal? Should I say yes to this client, or how should I close this client? And I say, it's wrong question. The right question is, hey, I have these 3 deals I'm looking at right now. I have 3 offers. Which one is the right one for me based on where I'm at?
Exactly.
If you can't say which one of the deals is the best one for me, chances are you're not doing enough in other parts of your client getting process to get enough deals in the first place where you should be comparing. Because if you're comparing deals, I think sales, like, fear goes away.
It's easy because you always know that you have something else lined up after that. You know, like,
exactly.
Let's say you bomb the sales call, like worst case scenario. It's like, okay, I have another 2 calls. It's like, you know, that's the best frame to be in.
Yeah, so if you're saying, should I get this deal, or I need this deal, what offer should I make them? And you're like so worried about this one sales call, you know, look at the calendar and be like, what are you doing to get more phone calls?
Exactly.
Then you can say like, I kind of like this client. They got a couple of cool offers, but like, what about these other 2 deals? Like, which one's the right?
Yeah, exactly. You know? You have to have, you know, we spoke about it before, just abundance of things going on. You know, the more abundance you have, it's like, the easier it's going to get for you. So instead of stressing over that one sales call, it's like, why don't you focus on getting more sales calls on your calendar? You know, because 1, you'll have the abundance, but 2, you'll just get more reps in and they'll get easier.
Yeah. And I think some of the other small stuff, like, how do you handle this objection? What do you say here? How do you say it there? Like, over the last few weeks in the dojo, I've been actually talking with the copywriters in there and just role playing with them, like live, like, here's what I would say.
Yeah, I was
as a
on the call.
copywriter. Yeah, right. And then a copywriter will say something to me, and then we'll like role play.
Yeah.
And I think there's another form of feedback. So if you're working with a copywriter on that 101 per week,
Yep.
you could probably, like, you know, if you pay that
Sales
copywriter,
role
you could
play.
just
Yep.
ask them, hey, can we practice a little bit? And
Yep.
and then they play the clients, and you play the copywriter, and then they can say like, hey, hang on, Henry, actually, you know, when you ask that question, maybe you want to do it this way, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And like suddenly you start to just learn what it should
feedback.
be like,
It's
right?
just
It's
feedback, you know,
again,
get feedback on your copy, on your sales, everything, you know, get enough feedback to the point where, you know, you just kind of, it's kind of like second nature to you. But I will say your biggest feedback will come from actually being on calls with business owners. You know, don't spend all your days role playing now. It's like, go get sales calls in the calendar and take them with confidence. That's the best form of feedback.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, when we summarize it all like we just have, it's very straightforward. And this is like personally my favorite like type of conversation, because for me it's like this. It's like I just want to have like high level, and then just pay somebody to give me the feedback on the stuff I don't know.
Exactly.
And then just get going. But a lot of people, they complicate it, they make it, they like try learn everything by themselves.
Yeah.
Try watch all these things for free, read all these books. I know that's okay, but like think about it. You know, you're watching this video right now. Maybe you've never like invested in a coach or, you know, got that feedback, and you're just like trying to consume as much content as you can. You're trying to like get all this stuff and try to figure it all out by yourself and like learn all these details. It's like, it's so exhausting for me personally.
Same.
And I know that some people you might need to do that because maybe you have a certain limited budget or something, but like, it's just so much easier to say, you know what, I don't really know. Let me get like the high level perspective. And then I just want to hire somebody to like give me the gaps. Like when I started building a coaching business, I just did that. I was like, let me talk to some successful coaches.
Yeah.
One of my friends was making $60,000 a month as a coach. I just got on the phone with him like a couple times, and like, I knew what to do. Like that.
What do you do?
Solved, right?
You know?
Instead of watching all these videos and studying all these different people and trying to read this and trying to pick up pieces, and like, that's, you know, the fact that there's all these secrets that people have out there, all these secrets everybody's always looking for, like copywriters, biz op in general, like people in general, looking for free secrets, trying to piece it all together by yourself. You just, like you can do it that way. For me, it's like, I'll make so much more money so much quicker. Yeah, like I hired a coach for $12,000, one call a week for 3 months, and you know, made a lot of money. So I compare my trajectory. If I try to figure it all out myself, it could take me 3 years.
Yeah.
And first year I don't make that much money. Maybe second year I make $100,000.
Yep.
Third year I make $200,000. In those 3 years I've made 300 grand.
Yeah.
Or year one, month one, let's say I'm starting as a copywriter again, I put 5 grand on my credit card or something to get a coach. Minus $5,000 month one. Month 3 I close a client for $1,000. Month 4 I close another client. By month 5 I'm making 5 grand a month.
Exactly.
By the end of the year I've already made my money back plus $30,000. Year 2 I'm making 150,000.
Yes.
Year 3 I'm making 400,000. You put that all together, I'm like $160,000 ahead, because I put the 5 grand in up front. That's if I'm slow, you know? Like,
exactly.
Like what if you like do a really good job? I could be making like $500,000 more.
100%.
It's like just long-term perspective. You know, man, like it's just so simple to just go for like feedback and investing and coaching as fast as possible. Because if you compare trajectories, right? If I were to compare my life and how much money I made and the success I've gotten in the time I did, versus if I just try to keep it all to myself and try to figure it out all myself, like the amount of time I would have invested to get the same results could have been 5-10 years more.
Yeah, exactly. Man.
You know? And it's like, why go through that? I'd rather spend 5 grand up front and then just, you know, go into debt a little bit, 5 grand in debt or whatever, and then make money really quickly, and then just keep making progress and keep investing in coaching and keep investing in success, and like, you know, you get the results so much faster.
Yeah.
You know? So that's what I would do. And I think a lot of people, they're looking for all these, they're looking for like all the information without paying for it.
Exactly.
They're watching YouTube video, studying, like trying to find the course, you know, like finding like the pirated version of the course or something, or like, you know, reading the book or like finding all those books and try to piece it all together by themselves.
Pay for consulting, man.
Just bite the bullet. The amount of money you make is so much quicker. Like, it's just, this conversation is my favorite type of conversation.
Same.
It's so easy. It's like so simple, and all the details, all the nuances, I don't have to try and memorize, like in this situation do this, in this situation do that. Like I just have a coach, and the coach helps me with that part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like what we were saying is like, go through a period where, sure, you're going to be in debt, you're not going to be making as much money as you want, but this period you go through now is going to allow you to make, you know, 7, 8, 9 figures in the future, because you actually got the coaching, you got the experience, you got the reps. Like, as we were talking, like long-term vision, you know, it's not about short-term vision always, like, yeah, let me make 50K a month as fast as possible. It's like, no, how about you just double down and like just, you know, make 5K a month, 6K a month with the right clients, invest in a coach, like get all the necessary experience you need. And that is going to allow you to make millions in the future, instead of just shortcutting it now and just, you know, stunting your growth, essentially. As we were speaking about, like, you're capped. When you do this kind of thing, you're capped. Like, the skills you have are your skills, you know, but if you go through a period where you don't really care about your income that much and you just focus on the skills, you know, you just, like, the sky's the limit, man. The sky's the limit, you know?
That's what we were talking about last year.
Exactly. Yeah, last year. I mean, I was, you know, when I hit 13K in March last year.
Yeah.
Was it March last year? Yeah, it was March last year, 13K. That was my first, like, over 10K month. And then I was instantly like, oh, I need to start an agency. Like, right now, I need to start an agency.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
remember.
I need to scale, bro. I need to scale. I need my offer,
need
agency.
more clients. Yeah.
You know, it was a huge waste of time, man, because it's like, when you make 10K, you just realize it's pretty much, you know, it's not that much money. You know, but it's like, what I should have done then was, okay, now I'm making 10K. How can I double down, keep these clients, make sure I get paid every single month, and keep investing in coaching, and just get the necessary skills and experience? But no, you know, I tried to rush the whole process, and I actually ended up losing a couple of those clients. I dipped under 10K, you know? So it's like, my game plan for anyone is like, get the right clients, double down and work with them, build great relationships with them. Like, nothing's stable, you know, they could leave you tomorrow, harsh truth.
Sure.
But like, you know, just double down on them, get the right experience, get paid from them every single month. Don't worry too much about your monthly income, especially if you're young, you don't really pay rent. Even if you do pay rent, if you don't have a family, if you don't have kids, it's like, no, just go take a risk. Like, who cares if you make 5K a month or 10K a month? It's, like, it's basically the same thing, you know? So then just go through that period, and then later it's gonna allow you to build your own offer, build your own agency. I don't know, whatever you want to do, start a SaaS, like whatever. You know, that period there that you went through, you call it the $1 million year. It's like that period, in the future, it's done, man. It's done. That's going to allow you to accelerate.
Just do it. Bite the bullet, get going, get the feedback as fast as possible. You'll save yourself so much more money and time in the long run. And if you want to bite that bullet by, here comes a little soft pitch. If you want to get help and you want to get feedback from somebody that's in the game, I know you're currently helping some copywriters. Maybe it won't be that way for a very long time.
We'll
time is ticking, last chance. But where can people reach you if they want to learn from you? Where can business owners reach you if they want to get good copy, like best copy that like crushes for their offers? Like, how can people find you?
Yeah, Official Henry W on Facebook, at Official Henry W. It's the same on my Instagram. You know, DMs are open. As we said, you know, the mentorship is, you know, pretty full. I'm currently mentoring a few copywriters. But you know, I just want to, as we said, client success, focus on them. So it's not like I take on the whole board of copywriters. But yeah, if you have any questions, then feel free to hit me up.
Cool, man. Appreciate it. Really nice chatting with you in person. And let's go explore some of Rome.